All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful night so far. Long overdue promise here. It was a while ago that one of our regulars asked me to react to something about Shawn Kemp. And Shawn Kemp was a bad boy, so of course I agreed to it right away, but I got distracted with some other stuff and totally forgot about it. So I am here to make good on my promise today. This is a BTM Basketball Time Machine video, and it's called NBA Legends Explain Why Shawn Kemp Was a Monster. And I figured this would be a good way to start out because Shawn Kemp came in and he was like a freaking he came in like a tornado into the NBA. None of us were ready for it. None of us had any idea how good this guy was, and he started just completely changing the game really fast. Him and Gary Payton together was one of the coolest duos. If you guys played NBA Jam back then, you know what I'm talking about. We had arcades filled with people playing as the Supersonics because Gary Payton and Shawn Kemp was just amazing. And the stuff that we see Shawn Kemp do in games back then, yeah, it was very similar to what we saw in NBA Jam. The dude was a maniac. So let's check this out together. The original link for the video, for the BTM video, is going to be down below in the description. So if you want to check it out, please do. BTM's fantastic. You guys know I got nothing but love for BTM. And yeah, everybody else, please leave this video a like. Let's see what this is all about, okay? Here we go.
Out ahead to Kemp. Kemp will run across midcourt, dribbles by Johnson to the gut. A thundering overhand slam. What a play! Holy cow! Shawn Kemp.
I thought he picked up his dribble for a second there, but he really didn't. He kept it straight.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
What up, Nick?
Hey, this is Shawn Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Shawn David.
Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Shawn David.
What up, Shawn?
Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA basketball.
Yes, sir.
In today's episode, I want to take a look at NBA legends giving their opinion about how good Shawn Kemp, the Rayman, was, and I did my best to find some clips that you hopefully haven't seen before, so a lot of new material and some classic clips that you probably haven't seen.
Nice.
Anyway, before we get into it, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please check out the clip of today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare.
Sweet.
Skillshare has thousands of online...
All right. Skillshare, everybody. Have you guys ever used Skillshare? I never actually have. All right.
More and more people are creating their own...
Nope.
holiday season.
Sorry, Shawn. I'm all with you, man. Boom.
Now, the first player's opinion that we want to take a look at is obviously his best teammate of all time,
GP.
Gary Payton, who formed the original Lob City. So let's take a look what he has to say.
Me and this guy right here, Shawn Kemp, was the original. It was always a chemistry between us two. You know, and then I just started telling him, you know, we have to hang out a little bit more, do the things that we needed to do to become as one. And I think off the court stuff, you have to get an off the court balance because
Good God.
when you're on the court, it takes time for you to get that chemistry. It takes time. But when you're off the court and you become a brotherhood,
Yeah.
you know what the next person does. And then all of a sudden, when I'm coming down and he know I got to steal, and he know I'm about to steal a basketball, and he'll be like, hoo, hoo, hoo. And I know he right there. And then all of a sudden, if I made another steal, I know he was going to keep running. He always was running, and I knew he was somewhere. So I knew it. And it was like a feeling. We started knowing every time we was somewhere and we knew where we was going to be.
When you start developing that spin move, The jumper, I feel like, had to be, what was the first thing that you go, all right, it's time to start improving? What were the first few things you looked at that you wanted to get better at? Because
It's got to be a jumper for Shawn Kemp because he had the dunking and leaping ability down.
again, I feel like you had ball, even as a big man, again, getting up and down the floor, like you said, but your ball handling was out of control.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But your jump shot became something where I was like, you're money all the time.
No, absolutely. And that's what happens. Like when you get known, here I am, man, I'm getting known for the dunk. So everywhere I go across the country, people just say, oh, the dunk, the dunk,
Which
the
is
dunk.
great.
The dunk, which is great. But when I went to the dunk contest, man, the only thing in my mind was thinking about is I want to be on the All-Star team. And I was like, yo, how do I get on the All-Star team? So I'm watching all these guys on the All-Star team from the dunk contest, and I was just like, oh, these guys, they shoot the ball pretty damn good. Like, I really got to learn how to shoot this ball.
As he attracted crowds in high school with his sensational style, Shawn still has the rare ability to grab his audience.
You know, he's a highlight film. If you really sit there and watch him long enough, he's going to do
Kendall
something
Gill.
spectacular every game.
Shout out to Kendall Gill, man.
It floats high into the air.
Damn.
Runaway slam jam, a thundering jam.
Yeah, he just had an unblockable dunk. You know, like he went in there full force, full power, usually two-handed. Like he's one of those dudes you just cannot block. Like he will put your arm through the freaking rim if you try it.
Look at that jam.
The excitement that he brings is something extraordinary, I think, because you could sense it early on in his career at the Garden when he dribbles and just busts right into the lane, double pumps back to the basket, and whack.
Oh my gosh! Holy smoke! Here's Kemp again. What a move!
It was his rookie year. We was at home in Seattle, and he jumped from one side of the lane, and he cocked it and brought it all the way back to the other side of the lane.
Oh, yeah.
Thundering reverse baby cradle
And still throws it down.
And we were all on the bench like, damn, did you see that?
Kemp's got it on the break, sets up, goes and mashes it home with a right-handed tomahawk. Kemp will take it in full stride. Kemp with two hands.
He disgusted himself.
Hey! The old Coliseum. I see what's going on.
Man,
Okay,
hey, that's what it was going down, and you know.
Yeah, it was
Bang.
going on at
Stuff
Coliseum.
right there, bro.
Come on, man, hands up. What we got? What we? Oh, see, AQ, he was one of the rare ones that could jump off 1 or 2 feet. It didn't matter with him. Just throw it up there.
And then he was
Damn.
Nerf hooping it before they knew what Nerf
Yeah,
hooping
that-
it was. He was dunking that thing like a Nerf hoop. Look at
Look, oh!
look, 2 hands for safety. Gave him the swag sauce at the end of it.
He bring that sauce to it.
Oh,
my
wait, watch your head, Rick Fox. Oh,
Left
goodness.
hand. Oh,
Look, that's the Nerf hoop. That's the Nerf hoop action. Look.
Hey, do you know how
Oh,
you can just
man,
throw it?
look
down,
at us.
AQ?
Hey!
Damn. One-handed catch. That's disrespectful. Oh, my. Yeah. You see the defender just gets out of the way. Dude, I remember, I can't remember what the source was, but Shawn Kemp basically talking to Gary Payton, and he said the strategy that they came up with was, if you lob the ball up to me anytime, but just throw it higher than anybody else can catch, I'll get it. You know, just throw it up there. I'll get it every time. Makes me think of like Randy Moss in football. You know, just throw it up there. I'm going to jump higher than everybody. I'll get it. I promise you. It's just epic. What an epic basic strategy. And it worked. Boom. And he points at him.
So that's the name of that we didn't mention in the first segment that we mentioned here in the what if category. And you look at the career of Shawn Kemp.
Original Lob City.
Yeah.
Gary Payton and
Some of
Shawn
the
Kemp, I
greatest-
may let them say they was the originators of that.
Some of the greatest in-game dunks.
It wasn't what.
By the way, I miss open court so much. This was so cool.
It's not really a what if. He really was he had it, and we saw it.
And yet, but do you think you saw all that you could have seen of that career?
I don't think we've seen anyone dunk with that type of
Force?
animosity, you know, just like just like.
I mean, the closest comparison I could say would be Amari Stoudemire at his peak in Phoenix. Like, he was throwing down the ball like... But no, it still wasn't on Shawn Kemp's level. I'm going to be real. I was a huge Stoudemire fan while he was playing here in Phoenix, but Shawn Kemp was still a whole nother level.
It was just like you had.
It was personal against the rim.
It was personal against the rim.
Today, the way he dunks, it would be a 5-game suspension. just the way he dunked. Yeah, the point.
Yeah, the pointing. He would.
It's not always because of an injury or something catastrophic that happens that cuts it short. Circling back to Kemp, it was like he had all of this going on, and then suddenly
got hungry.
He's twice the man he used to be.
He got hungry.
And not in a point in his career where it was over. He still had years left. What was your take on where he went?
Okay, now, because I've got more recent information than what this is going to propose. I assume. Hold on. This is from a year ago. Yeah, I saw him. It was in a podcast. I can't remember what it was, but it was very recent, and he was speaking about what really happened to him. Because it was a mental thing that happened to him. It wasn't a physical thing. It became a physical thing, but he said it was due to contract stuff. So, and he has a lot of regrets, and he's talked about it very openly now. But he said he felt slighted and disrespected that he wasn't being paid amongst the greatest in the game because he felt like he was. And I believe this was around the time where he went to the finals and lost to the Bulls, rightfully so. But he felt like he wasn't being appreciated by the organization. So his response to that was like anger and sadness. And he started dabbling in some drugs there. I believe it was mainly alcohol, but I can't remember what else he was doing as far as like drug wise. But it led to a lot of depression, and I could relate to this. Like when it comes to depression, alcohol, and eating go like it's like the Holy Trinity at that point. So that's really what happened to him is he felt disrespected. That led to depression, and then that led to all this other bad behavior, basically that ended up just cutting his career, his peak, very short. And he regrets it because now he was saying like, I ruined something great with Gary Payton. We had something solid there, but I let my ego prevent it from continuing on, because it was all about him all of a sudden. And he's learned his life lessons, and I've rambled on long enough about this. I apologize, you guys. I just thought it was very important because that was the first time I actually heard it from the horse's mouth, what actually happened. Because, when we were growing up watching this stuff, all we did was say, hey, man, Shawn Kemp got fat. You know what I mean? That's not the same Shawn Kemp anymore. Shawn Kemp got fat. But we didn't understand what was really happening.
From this to this, and the numbers then begin to dwindle.
Well, we saw them in the '96 finals, and watching Rodman and Kemp go at it was incredible. But I think that was when Shawn was at the height of his powers. And then I played with Shawn a few years later in Portland, about 2001. And I think it was just the lockout. A lot of guys need the game and need the structure of practicing and workouts. And the lockout happened, and he came back probably 50 pounds overweight. And I don't think he was ever able to recover from that.
But he doesn't seem like, if you look at guys' bodies, you go, well, he's a guy I never have to worry about working out.
Yeah.
He's a guy I never, I got to watch him. But Shawn Kemp, and the way he was built and the way he looked, you would say that would never be an issue for him, weight. And that was so surprising that, weight was an issue for him. And, unfortunately, we realized probably, I think some of those other demons off the court affected him to gain the weight.
Right.
But it just showed, even when he was heavy, 50 pounds overweight, he was like, I'm still a great jump shooter. That's the difference when people say Blake Griffin, I said, well, you've never really seen Shawn Kemp, because the one thing you could not do against him is back off him, because his 15-foot jump shot was just as good as his dunk.
Thinking back, I'm just so grateful that I was able to see the 1990s and 80s because we had so many great players. And Shawn Kemp, to me, is still one of my favorite players of all time.
Yep.
I just love the way he played it. I'm not just talking about his great dunks, but his intensity, his shot blocking. This guy had the full package, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to see Shawn play in his prime. So, Shawn, I just want to show you some love, man. This episode is for you. And to you guys, thanks a lot for checking out this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.
Yeah, great video, Shawn. Great video. Yeah, it's Shawn Kemp. It's a hard one for me, man, because he really came in and impacted the game fast. And I even remember. Sorry, my dog is barking at something. Come on, bro. Come on. All right. I remember all of us. Okay. I think I was in like the 7th or 8th grade at this point when Shawn Kemp was just like, he was all the rave. And we had a dude on our middle school basketball team, and he literally, like, all the way down to the psychological aspect, was trying to mirror Shawn Kemp. So he played with this like crazy, almost like borderline psychotic tenacity, and you could relate that to Shawn Kemp, and also like think Kevin Garnett. Very similar kind of mentalities, where they're out there to just like gut you. They're out there to kill you. But like that's just like how big of a deal it was. Everyone looked at me as like a combination between like Shaq and Jordan, because I was the biggest guy on the court, tall, like height wise, but I was also like I had all all that other stuff going on. But this guy was playing center for us, and he was our Shawn Kemp. And he was the only guy on the team who could like dunk it on a regular basis. I only dunked it once in my life, but he would sit there and throw it down. He had like, the only difference is he didn't really have the fundamentals that Shawn Kemp did. But anyways, the whole reason I'm bringing this up is not about the dude. It's about the impact he made, because people were actually emulating Shawn Kemp's play style at that point. Like, that's how big he was. That's how much of an impact he made. And that was in the years where Jordan was still dominating. Some people were emulating this guy, Shawn Kemp. Anyways, though, he's always going to be one of my favorite basketball players of the 90s. He was a joy to watch. And him and Gary Payton, like, I was always rooting for them until they met the Bulls in the finals. But I kind of always hoped that they would have won a championship as a duo, because they were a fantastic duo. They were just fun. They loved each other, man. I'm glad that they made up and they're back in contact now. They're friends again, and it's all water under the bridge. And Gary Payton, it's funny, he looks up to he looks to Shawn as like a little brother that he wants to take care of now. It's actually kind of a beautiful thing. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that for Shawn Kemp. Maybe we'll check out some more stuff on him in the future, because I'm sure there's a lot more to show with Shawn Kemp. But let me know what you guys think. What are your guys' memories of Shawn Kemp? I do have plenty, and I'd love to hear yours. So yeah. All right, I'll see you guys in the comments. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more stuff like this. And yeah. All right, have a peaceful night, everybody. Tell your loved ones you love them. Do all the good stuff that we should do every night before we go to bed, all right? Peace out.